Right, I think it's time for another favourites video because I've been watching a lot of TV. A lot of TV. But it's not just TV faves. We've got books, we've got films, we've got some fashion. Hello, new jumper. So before we get into the actual stuff, I just wanted to talk about a thing that has been bothering me recently. Very low stakes, not really that important at all, but wanted to mention it. So with YouTubers, influencers, online content creators, there is this umbrella category of lifestyle, and lots of things can fit into that, like beauty and fashion and skincare and home and travel, and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't really do a huge amount of that, but lifestyle is still this very useful umbrella term for like some of the little things that I do. However, I don't consider myself a lifestyle content creator. So I have the sex education stuff, and then I also talk about like chronic illness and disability, and I kind of umbrella those stuff under like taboo topics and talking about that. But then all of this other stuff, for instance, like my favorites videos or talking about career organization and things like that, I'm like, is that lifestyle? I don't know. With the favorites videos and the fact that I talk about the stuff in these a lot online, so for instance, books, films, TV, video games, theatre, musicals, I don't know, all of that stuff, there is a word that I really wish would catch on as the catch-all category for it, like lifestyle, but not lifestyle. What I want it to be is culture. So instead of being a lifestyle content creator, I'd be a culture content creator, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it because it's not caught on yet, and I just need it to catch on. I would just really love culture content creator for people like me who make videos about media, about pop culture and things like that, about culture, for it to catch on. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this, if you think it will ever catch on. It just irks me because I don't fully fit into lifestyle, and I hate explaining the kind of content that I do. I hate having to be like, I talk about books and film. Anyway, let's get into it. First of all, books. So I think this year I am not reading as much as I was in previous years. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I'm gaming a lot, and I also think it's because I'm listening to lots of podcasts. But my recent book faves are all non-fiction books, so also they take me longer to read than the fiction ones. Have I talked about this before? Because I'm not doing monthly faves, I'm just doing them as and when. I'm now questioning myself if I've talked about this before. I don't think I have. Anyway, Educated by Tara Westover. Oh boy. So this is Tara's memoir. She grew up in a family that were Mormons, and her dad believed that the end of days was coming. They stockpiled a lot of food and resources, and also she didn't have a birth certificate growing up. Their dad was like very paranoid and suspicious of the medical establishment and also the education establishment, and so they were homeschooled, treated at home with her mother's like herbal remedies and things like that. And it's a story of her life and how she left home and got an education. It is so beautifully written and so considered. I don't know, it's really interesting. Like she has so much empathy and recognition of everyone's humanity. It is beautiful and it is shocking, and would recommend. Like, it is such a good book. And Barack Obama even said, a remarkable memoir. Speaking of the Obamas, another book that I read this month was Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I listened to this one on Audible, and I would highly recommend listening to it because Michelle reads it. As someone in the UK, I know of the Obamas. I'm just like, oh yeah, the president and first lady of the United States for a while, but I don't really know much about their history and their backstory, especially Michelle's. So it was really cool to read about like her childhood and where she went to school and like how her and Barack met and then their life in the White House, and it is so great. Again, beautifully written, beautifully spoken to me in my ears. Just really interesting. I love how much she talks about the privacy and security elements of it, and just how living in the White House is not normal, but then trying to make it as normal as possible for their family, because their kids were like really young when Barack Obama became president. But a huge chunk of the book is like her childhood and growing up and like the early days way before they were in the White House. And so that stuff is really interesting. If you want to feel a bit inspired, I would highly recommend. And then my third book favourite, I haven't finished yet, but I just really wanted to mention it because I don't know when I'm going to do another favourites video. And that is Sapiens by, not gonna pronounce his name right. Also can't remember his name off the top of my head. But you know, the one that's like A Brief History of Humankind. That book, that one. I'm also listening to the audiobook of that because I cannot be bothered carrying around a thick book, and I find it easier to consume non-fiction audibly than reading it. I don't know why. But yeah, this book is fascinating. And also, if you watched my recent video about date ideas that you can do at home, one of them was having a book club with your partner, and Dan and I are both listening separately to Sapiens, and so we keep checking in with each other like where we're up to and like discussing the ideas that he has and the theories and the history of humankind. Is so interesting. We're especially fascinated by the whole imagined orders thing of like how we organize our collective experience as human beings, I guess, and also enjoying how unapologetic the author is about how religion is an imagined order that humans imagined. He's just like, yes, this is how religion works. Humans made it up. And yeah, I just find it really refreshing and really interesting. And I also found on Penguin's website like loads of book club questions to it. So once me and Dan have finished, I'm gonna be like, right, let's sit down over dinner and answer these questions about the book. So I'm well excited about that. So those are the books, and now onto a TV. So much TV. Oh my god, I'm gonna try and get through these quite quickly. So I watched season 1 of Grace and Frankie. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that I found like a new hilarious heartwarming sitcom that's just like really easy to consume, because I've like watched season 1 now. I don't feel in any rush to watch season 2, but I just know that like when I'm in the mood for that, I can just like switch it on and just be like, I love these characters, they're so brilliant. It's basically about these two women in their 70s and their husbands break up with them because they are gay together, and then the two of them don't like each other, and then it's about their friendship blossoming. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. Second TV favourite, Fleabag season 2. I think all I'm going to say about this is holy shit, the hot priest. The hot priest. How did they manage it? How did they manage to make a Catholic priest that sexy? Whew. Anyway, Fleabag is brilliant. If you haven't watched Fleabag, you really need to get on that. My third TV favourite is season 5 of Broad City. I have talked about Broad City a lot. I love Broad City. Season 5 was the final season, and it was like so sad, but heartwarming, and I think they ended it really well. Like I was very satisfied with like how they left it. Oh my god, I love the characters. Abby and Alana, just brilliant, but fair enough, they want to move on to other projects, but Broad City is so good. Broad City is also one of those TV shows that I can just like go back and rewatch and just enjoy, because every episode is just golden, hilarious. If you like women and New York and comedy, watch Broad City, come on. If you're in the UK, you can watch it on Now TV. Fourth TV favourite is Outlander. So many of my friends have been telling me to watch Outlander. They're like, you love Game of Thrones, you would love Outlander. It's basically set in the Scottish Highlands, and there is time travel and sexy Scottishmen and lots of sex. And I was like, yeah, cool. And now I'm watching it, and yes, I'm not as obsessed with it as I am with Game of Thrones, but I'm getting there, and I've not finished season 1 yet, so maybe like with the cliffhanger that comes at the end of that or whatever, I'll be like, but I am very much enjoying it. It's a pretty intense show. All right, I've said the words already. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Can it be a favourite even though the final season has only just started? Yes, it can, because I was invited to the premiere in Belfast. I got to see the first episode before it came out. Like, the pressure of not spoiling it. No, I would never spoil anything. Don't you worry. So I was invited on a press trip with Sky Atlantic to go to Northern Ireland and see some of the filming locations, and we got to meet the direwolves that play the pups of Greywind and Summer in season 1, and then we got to go to the premiere and the after party, and as a massive Game of Thrones fan, I'm so grateful for the perks of my job. Oh my god, it was unreal. I'm so excited for this season. there's only 6 episodes. It's going to be over so quick. George R. R. Martin, please hurry up and write Winds of Winter. I just gonna need more Game of Thrones in my life. If you are interested in talking theories and spoilers and stuff with me, there is a thread on my private Discord, which is for patrons and Twitch subscribers. So if you become a patron or a Twitch sub, then you get access to the private Discord, and there is a thread in there that is where we can talk spoilers. So those have been my favourite TV shows. I have 3 more, and I don't know whether they're like films or TV shows because they're on Netflix, but they're documentaries and they're feature length. So is Netflix TV or is Netflix movies? I don't know. Anyway, when we were on holiday, I don't know what happened, but we ended up watching loads of true crime and cult documentaries, and it's a great time. I would highly recommend. So we watched Abducted in Plain Sight, which is about this paedophile abuser man who basically kidnaps this young girl, but he was like a family friend of the family, and he also seduces her parents. It is a hot mess. You're just watching this like, oh my goodness. And it's fairly traumatizing as well, to be honest. We also watched this one called Holy Hell, which is about this cult, and as you can imagine, the leader of the cult is very abusive and problematic, and it all kind of comes out. And the footage from it is because one of the members of the cult was like a filmmaker, and he just like filmed everything, and then he got out of the cult and created this documentary out of all of the footage that he had of his time in the cult. And it is powerful. Like, oh boy. And then we also watched this documentary about flat earthers called Behind the Curve, and oh boy, like, you kind of want to laugh at them, but then I'm also kind of terrified of them, because it's not just the fact that they believe the earth is flat, it's about what that means and how they are then like, oh, well, if all of the authorities lied about this, what else are they lying about? We're being controlled by lizard people. You just get into like really dangerous conspiracies, often quite anti-Semitic as well. You can be like, haha, they're idiots, but then, I don't know. There is a line, I'm not sure where that is, where it gets really dangerous, and I'm like, this is real bad. But in the documentary, there are 2 points where different flat earthers are conducting their own science experiments to prove that the earth is flat, and they do their experiments, and the results that come back are actual proof that the earth is not flat. Anyway, watch it, it's great fun, and also terrifying. Moving on to slightly more light-hearted content, I finally got round to watching Avengers Infinity War, which meant that I could watch Captain Marvel, which was great, which the true reason why I needed to watch all of those was so I could watch Rowan Ellis's video about why Captain Marvel is gay. So my favourites are not those films, even though I did thoroughly enjoy those films. The favourite is Rowan's video, which I'll link below. You have to go and watch it. It's her passionately ranting about why Captain Marvel is gay. And it is solid. There are diagrams in this video. There is evidence. It is solid. And yes, can confirm Captain Marvel is gay. We just need Marvel to confirm that Captain Marvel is gay. That would be great. So this next favourite may be one of the most ridiculous favourites that I've ever talked about. You know how much I love organisation. I got myself a label maker. Am I Amy Santiago or am I Amy Santiago? Punch, 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 punch. So satisfying. There we go. Hello! Great purchase, great purchase. We're getting onto fashion and style now. Maybe I can be a lifestyle YouTuber one day. The jewellery company Eclectic Eccentricity sent me some new pieces, and these earrings are like my absolute favourite. I love them. I've talked about this company a lot. Like, even these earrings that I'm wearing right now are from them. Full disclaimer, they often gift me these pieces, but I got you guys 10% off if you are interested. So you just use the code Hannah when you check out, and that is also an affiliate code. So anything that you buy through that, like, I get a little commission, but you get 10% off. So win-win. But yeah, these are my new favourites from their collection. I freaking love them. I'm a bit of a like dangly earring person. I love it. I love it. And then I'm sure you have all been thinking this as you were watching it. Hannah, where's that jumper from? this thing. maybe my new favourite piece of clothing. This is from Joni Clothing. It was also gifted. They sent it to me and I have an affiliate link with them. Afraid I don't have a discount code for you, but I will leave a link in the description. Anywho, it is all of my favourite colours. I'm obsessed. It's just so cozy and comfy, and I know summer is hopefully around the corner. Probably not. Having a nice thin jumper, always necessary. And then my final clothing favourite is my new pair of jeans, and I bought these from Levi's. I've never bought a pair of Levi jeans before. This is new territory for me, but basically I had a pair of high-waisted skinny black jeans from ASOS and they just got a hole in the crotch, and I think I'd had them 6 months, and this happens to me all of the time. I am a hole in the crotch kind of gal when it comes to jeans, and I think it's because one, I wear skinny jeans all of the time. I tend to only have 1 or 2 pairs of jeans, so I will wear them constantly. It's not like I'm switching between jeans, so they get a lot of wear, and also I've got chubby thighs, so all of that stuff going on. But I thought I would actually invest in an expensive pair of jeans, and so this is my test. These jeans, I think they cost like just under £100 or something. The most amount I've ever spent on jeans, which is quite nerve-wracking, but I'm gonna test if they last longer than 6 months. Although ideally you want them to last like a year or 2, but we will see. So far, I am loving them. They look amazing on me. My arse looks incredible, but I will keep you updated, like at what point they get the crotch hole. We will see. Dun dun dun. What a cliffhanger. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments any of your recent favorite things, any recommendations that you have. I would love to hear them, and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.